Am I not connected? Hello? Hello? Alright, there we go. My phone's behind like a mantle. What can I say, man? What can I say? Welcome back. Finally. We took a week off. Not much on last weekend, but we knew what was happening this weekend. Welcome back to another live stream on SCS Combat. But this isn't no regular UFC watch party. This isn't Sterling versus Alal. This isn't Cap versus Horiguchi. This is the return. And who would have thought after so many years that I would be saying this on live stream? This is the return of Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor. And he will take on the blessed Max Holloway in what will surely be one of the greatest spectacles we see this year in the sport. But that's not all. But on that fight in its own, and the whole card would have performed unreal. But we get a co-main event of Paddy Pimblett and Benoit Saint-Denis. We get Corey Sandhagen and Mario Bautista. We get, who else is on here? Hold on now. Let me check it out. We get King Green versus Terrence McKinney as well. That one will be a scrap. And Brandon Royval versus Looney Cabinet as well. What a fight that's going to be. Great prelims and a great main card lined up. UFC 329 is stacked to the absolute brim. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it all. Conor McGregor and Paddy Pimblett will surely have two of the greatest back-to-back walkouts the UFC will ever see. I'm hyped. Don't know if you can tell, but I'm hyped. I'm hyped to be back. Hyped to be back for a Conor McGregor fight, man. Give a quick history lesson here. I suppose history lesson for me. Coming up on 10 years ago now. The first ever time that I was woke up. This is how you still work now, it's the other way about. That I was woke up in the middle of the night by other people, and I come downstairs to watch someone fight who I'd never seen before, but I knew that everyone was there to see it, and it was going to be a huge spectacle, and obviously I was excited for it, and that one didn't really go well. We'll just say to start off, because my first ever UFC fight that I watched live was Conor McGregor when he took on Nate Diaz, which is obviously a very long time ago now, but what a fight that was. And that was the first one. They obviously ended up running it back, and Conor McGregor got done the rematch, and I was also there for that one, and everyone after it too. What a time! What a time in the sport that was. And now we are back. So many years later, so much has happened, so many fights have happened, and both those men are somehow still fighting, which is good to see. Conor McGregor returns. He's the biggest star in the history of the sport, one of the greatest ever to do it. A lot has went on outside of the octagon, but he's back tonight, and we're going to find out when it hits that cage, because there's no piece that tells the truth better, what damage was really done. Am I going to be honest? I picked Max Holloway in my prediction video. Conor McGregor winning tonight, whether you like him or not, would be one of the greatest comebacks in the history of the sport, and I think that's undeniable. Per usual, get the night started with a crispy, ice cold 2 a.m. Nah, man. Nah. Unfortunately not. I wish you the best of luck though, bro. I'm trying to build a channel over here, bro. So I hope you respect the grind, but best of luck. I hope you find the fight, and I hope you have a good time watching it, man. But anyways, started off with a Pepsi, 2 in the morning. Doesn't hit better. Do you know what I mean? Nothing hits better than a Pepsi at 2 in the morning. Type of stuff you do when you do this. But I'm so glad to be back, man. Let's go. And that, I mean, the trailer they've just shown there as well for DDP versus Usman. What a fight that's going to be. Who on July 18th? The next weekend. Oh, nice. That like that one is so random to me. That was next weekend because they only announced it like last week or 2 weeks ago. Like I don't know what took so long to announce that. Everyone knew about it for ages, and then they just announced it like very recently. Let's go though. Let's go. There's nothing quite like a Conor McGregor fight now, and you could say that over the years, really, it hasn't been a frequent thing. You know, ever since that 2016 run sort of ended up until then. Then you got the Mayweather fight one time. Then you got the Khabib fight the next year. Then you got Cowboy in 2020, 2 years later. Then you got the Dustin fights that year after. And then obviously it's been 5 years now. And there's a lot to get into. Look, I made the prediction video. And if you haven't seen it, still time before the main event. Feel free to come back, check it out. Um, but hold on. But Conor McGregor, 5 years out, and in those 5 years has done a lot of damage to his body outside of the octagon. A lot of things gone wrong there, drinking, other substances, and a whole lot of stuff. But is that worse when it comes down to it, or is or is the damage that Max Holloway took, is the damage that Max Holloway has took over the years gonna be worse in the octagon with the knockdowns and the punishment to the head? Let's find out. Hopefully they're both alright, like but but regardless of one of the biggest fights, one of the biggest comebacks, both men, Max Holloway, phenomenal fighter. We've all been here probably for a few of his watch parties now, and everyone loves Max Holloway. Before we get to the main event though, we get the main card started with an absolute banger. Terrence McKinney takes on Bobby Green, or as he's now changed his name to King Green. What a fight this is gonna be. And I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. You gotta bring that energy. You gotta bring that energy with you. Da 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 da. Let's go. We'll get a quick poll started in the chat. And you can let me know who you have in the fights. Or not in the fights, in the main event. Get this one started. Oh, all right. So there's your poll. Make sure to vote it up. Who do you have in the main event? Let me know in the poll. Let's go. Conor McGregor returns, man. Like it was, it was an interesting time because you obviously have so much happening, so much going on, and like with all the stuff that went on with Conor outside of the octagon, you'd always think like, what a sad way for that to go, what a sad way for that to end. But then maybe you'd just be scrolling on TikTok and you'd see an edit and it's old Conor and he's standing there on the stage after he just knocked out Jose Aldo, and they said, Conor, I was talking to you on, why is this happening now? Conor, I was talking to you on Wednesday, and what's happened there? Yeah, well, Conor, I was talking to you on Wednesday at the press conference, and you said to me that when I just stared him down, I feel that his right hand is shaking. And I feel like that right hand is gonna cause him fault in this fight, or something along the lines of that there. And then Aldo goes out, swings a big right hand, gets countered left hand, like. And it's all that stuff where he's like, if you see it here, I don't know if I want to get too much into it. I can do a Dublin impression, but for some time, like for some reason, when I think about it, it goes out the window. But if you can see it here and you believe it, then it will happen. And you're like, mate, if anyone makes a comeback like this, where it is so unprecedented with the leg break, with the abuse to his own body, it surely would only be one man, and that would be Conor McGregor. But no tougher task. It's no Michael Chandler. To be honest, thank God it's not Carlos Prates. Um, I would not have expected such a tough opponent in his return, but in his return, Conor McGregor takes on Max Holloway. Now, we all know Max Holloway from the days where he fought Volk. Before that, when he was fighting Ortega, putting on an absolute clinic, defending that title, beating Aldo, and coming up through the featherweight division to obviously go on his title reign. But then you have the aftermath where he beat Calvin Kattar, and he was even tougher. And he was even tougher to crack, putting on a phenomenal performance there against Calvin Kattar. Come back, obviously lost to Volk again, but now he's back up. Interesting. But Max Holloway, it's been luck. He's had good wins recently, but at the end of the day, you gotta admit that. Interesting. Here we have some behind the scenes stuff going on here. Yeah. Look, I hear some interruptions going on here, my bad. But we are now in the octagon for King Green versus Terrence McKinney. Man, I'm actually hyped for Brandon Royval Kavanagh as well. Like, what a fight that's going to be. And you're looking at Bautista and Sandhagen. Phenomenal fight, too. The co-main's insane. I seen that King Green was saying, like, he was chilling. Um, he was just chilling with Terrence McKinney like a week before, and then they offered the fight, and he was like, like, sure you don't want to fight me, like we're like mates. And then Terrence McKinney was like, nah, man, we're taking this fight. And I would take the fight too, to be fair. Till the tape, 39 for Bobby Green, 31 for Terrence McKinney, both 5'10". Terrence McKinney with a 2.5 reach advantage, 2.5 inch reach advantage. Let's go. Let's go. All right, apologies for the brief interruptions here, man. But we're trying to run things smoothly. You know what I mean? We're trying to run things smoothly over here. Um, Per usual, man. Technical difficulties. I mean, people forget, man. You got to remember that one weekend. It literally wasn't even that long ago. It was like 2 weeks ago, or a couple of like three weeks ago or something. But gotta remember that one that one weekend, man. I just could not get shit to work for me at all, and then I finally did. I went live, and I was like, it's probably I think it's still up. I was like, this is a great fight here, round 6. Foster's looking good, but it's competitive here between him and Ford. Round 7 about to get underway. Bang, blackout, total blackout. Just nothing. I had nothing. I was yeah, man, just wasn't meant to be this weekend. Not at all. Well, move on. Round 1 underway. This is going to be brutal. Terrence McKinney has a lot of knockouts in the first minute. And King Green actually shooting in the first left there. We obviously know his style. Oh, huge shot for Terrence McKinney. Putting on the pressure early on Bobby Green, who's trying to land some sharp shots. Nearly initiated some grappling here. Oh, Bobby Green. Oh, nice. Another fighter actually to get custom shorts. Bobby Green or King Green. The fact you can like legally change your first name to King is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Fair enough. First fed up Bobby. True to not like being called Bobby anymore. Like, oh, nice right hand from McKinney. Cut on the face of Green. I'm gonna have to like turn the brightness up, man. Let's see. Clash of heads, maybe? No, a nice uppercut going through. Cut the eye. Nice. Good work, McKinney. Oh, good uppercut, McKinney, too. Green maybe struggling to see here. McKinney is also... oh, great body shot, McKinney. That one hurt Green, I think. He's not dancing as much anyways, I can tell you that. He's still taunting, though. Nice 1-2 left hook from McKinney. Green's not really throwing much solid stuff back here. Oh, nice straight left from McKinney. The face is busted open for King Green. Nice uppercut to the body again from McKinney. And a straight left. He's closing in now. Knee up the middle. 1-2 again. Head kick just misses. Uppercut to the body again. That's a great shot from McKinney. He's got Bobby Green in a lot of trouble here early. They end up in the clinch here. Nice knee from Bobby Green. A lot of blood in his face, though. McKinney talking to him. Shoots a double leg. Green just fully grabbed the cage. Gets tucked down anyways, though. Honestly, I didn't expect him to shoot a double leg. Looks like he's going to go for a submission here. He was trying to take the back, but they're up against the cage. It's sort of tough, but they're talking to each other here. Ken Green passes Gleason Tebow for the 5th most time in lightweight history and counting. But a lot of punches going in here. Oh, and the rear naked choke. Never mind. Ken Green heavily damaged here. McKinney closing in on a finish. Ground and pound shots going in again. If he postures up and just starts raining in a couple of these ground and pound shots, this one's going to be over. And it'll probably be the best win of McKinney's career, to be completely honest with you. My knowledge of his record is not that deep. Rear naked choke looks like it's about to be in. Survives again. Bobby Green's a fighter, man. Rear naked choke. This one is close. Still on the chin, maybe. Huge shots going in now from Green from his back, to be fair. Nice shots again here. Just keeping McKinney busy, but that choke is getting closer every time it's attempted. Let's see if McKinney stands up here, to be honest. I think that might be the play because he has a Green heavily damaged. Very weird position here for this submission. Green gets out. They're standing up. Green on the front foot now. Front kick to the body. He's going to get countered. Uppercut from McKinney. Left hook now. Let's go. What a call. Nice overhand as well. And the uppercut behind it by McKinney. Oh, huge shot misses there for McKinney. Oh, body uppercut. Down goes McKinney. He's hurt here. 5 seconds left to go. Can he survive? Referee steps in at the end of the first round. What a comeback. What a comeback. What a comeback from Ken Green. What a comeback from Bobby Green there, man. See the replay here. McKinney on the back foot. Green throws in a right hook that sort of misses. Goes with a beautiful uppercut to the body. It just skims. Must have just skimmed the liver. And huge ground and pound shots go in. 1 second left in the round and the referee stops it. Crazy work. Crazy work. What a victory, though. What a comeback. What a win. What a win. Robert Whittaker looked really good at 185s, or not 185, 205. Time. Let's go. Trying to sort something out here, some technical difficulties, so we are going to be on mute for like 2 seconds. But yeah, let me get this sorted. Alright, technical difficulty still ongoing here. In the voice of John Anik, let me get this sorted. I will be back in a minute. Shambles. Shambles, shambles, shambles. But we'll get it sorted. We will get it sorted. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, up next, Brandon Royval takes on Loner Kavanagh. What a fight that's going to be. You're looking at the number 4 versus number 6. Loner Kavanagh coming off a short notice win against Brandon Moreno, which was an absolutely phenomenal win, to be honest. Huge upset as far as I can remember. And yeah, that's up next. Alright, still ongoing technical difficulties. I don't know if it's fight has started yet. No, it hasn't. Alright, that's good. Alright, we are still getting there. What is this? Get the tape for the next fight here. 33 for Royval, 27 for Kavanagh. 3-inch height advantage for Royval at 5'9". We're about to get underway with the next fight. Let's go. Insane, man. All right, round one underway. Forgot about the round timer. My bad. Kevin on the back foot, Rory Val coming forward so far. I'll see very different circumstance for Kevin at this time around. Oh, nice hit left hook from him there. Um, this is a full training camp fight and a great card, 3 rounder in Vegas on the undercard. But last time, obviously, he stepped in on short notice against a very high level opponent. I think he was like 15 ranked, maybe even unranked. And then Royval or Moreno was like 5 or something. And Kevin had jumped the whole way up, beat him in the main event, late notice in Mexico, high elevation, and he got it done. So great performance from him there. Now he's back to the normal schedule, anyways, for a fighter that was sort of on the career rise that he was having. But he's a great talent. A lot of people like him. He's got very nice striking style as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Nice block there from the head kick of a rival. Let's go. Nice round so far from Rivaldo. He's been on the front foot. Kevin are looking for the counters at the moment. The voice of Dean Thomas in the corner, always there, never going away. I seen that he was on sidecasting with Theo Vaughn, so that's a good pair in there. Raval on top here. Oh, huge elbows from Raval too. Kevin gets back to his feet to end the round here. And around the clinch by the looks of it. Oh no, down goes Raval. Kevin throwing in some shots here for ground and pound. And kicks the leg to end the round. It's a good round for Raval by the looks of it. Let's go. All right, round two underway here. Round timer again. Come on. Nice job from Rival early. Obviously, he had a very close fight and a very good fight, arguably fight of the year, with the current champion Joshua Van not so long ago. Coming off the loss though to Manel Cape KO loss. That was last year. I actually thought it was this year, so I was a bit shocked to find that out, but that was pretty brutal. He's keeping range quite well though at the moment. Nice head kick from him there. Nice job from Royval, just sticking it out there. Head strikes for the 37 to Royval and 7 for Kavanagh. Nice straight left there from Kavanagh. Nice uppercut. Right hand there from Kavanagh too. Oh, huge counter. Royval's hurt. Head kick goes down. Ground and pound shots now from Kavanagh. He needs this badly. He's throwing them in there. Royval's still hurt. These are huge shots. He's still trying to survive though. Kavanagh should stand him up, man. He's trying to grab an arm and everything. Stand him up, man. Huge elbow from Kavanagh. I just never get this, but whatever. Whatever, bro. Let's go. I mean, Raval's probably recovered by now. Like, let's be honest here. Trying to work back to his feet now. Yep. Kavanagh straight back on the attack. Huge hook to the head and body shots now. Gonna look for this counter again. Probably gonna get it. Yep. Huge overhand for Kavanagh. Raval's putting on the pace now. Right hand for right hand for Raval, who shoots in a takedown. Standing guillotine attempt though from Kavanagh. I just never get like hurting your opponent. Huge elbow from Kavanagh and another one. Down goes Royval again. I don't know if that was a slip or just the after effect from that shot. Head kick, it goes to the body. Kavanagh is tiny. Royval is also sort of tall for this weight class. Oh, nice straight left there from Royval. Yeah, I never get like hurting your opponent and then just following them down into their guard and letting them hold you there. Like, takedown attempt here from Kavanagh. Huge elbow again on the chin of Royval. Nice one back though from Royval that time. They break the clinch. Royval going back to the jab here. Some feints from Kavanagh. Ooh, counter right hand would have been class there from Kavanagh. Royval missed the 1-2. Nice head from Kavanagh. Royval. Oh, you're a wrestler now. You're a wrestler. That's what Royval's on right now, man. I'm not even joking. Anyways, shoots the takedown, gets the double leg on Kavanagh. Oh, you're a wrestler now. Maybe the least Nate Diaz of all time, but shout out Nate Diaz, what a fighter. Morval putting on the pace now. Head kick miss for Kavanagh. Overhand miss for Kavanagh too. Body shot, I believe, landed for him though. Back in the clinch, back in Morval up. 32-26 this time for significant strikes for Kavanagh in this round. After getting double 32-16 in the first round. So good. Comeback round for Kavanagh in round 2 here. Elbow left hook. Flying knee, bro. Nice head movement. Head kick misses again. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if Kavanagh has the capacity to land these shots to the head. He might just be a bit too small, I'm not gonna lie. That's a violation, like, but that's a great round there for Kavanagh. Conor McGregor's got a mohawk, by the way, as he entered the stadium. I forgot to mention that. Huge counter right hand that landed on the chin. That's what hurt Brandon Royval. Round timer. Alright, I have this up to the third and final round here. Let's see who gets it. Conor McGregor has a mohawk. That's funny to be fair. Let's see. Let's see. Round 3 underway here. Royval's starting back off of that jab. You got to think he might go back to the wrestling here as he backs Kavanagh up. Nice counter left hook that time from Royval. Now Kavanagh's hurt. Straight left uppercut there. Elbows over the top now from Royval. Kavanagh trade him with him. No, huge left hook. Now Royval's hurt again. Let's go. What a fight. Now he's laughing. Yeah, he calmed down a bit there. He's sort of going in for the finish on Kavanagh, and then he got cracked back. Goes to the double leg. Great work from Kavanagh to get an underhook there, but he still gets tucked down. He should have went for the sprawler, but who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? He might be in the guillotine here, to be honest. It's tough to tell from this angle, which is obviously just spectacular here. Royval's out either way. He looked to land elbows now on top. Who would have thought that he would have turned into a wrestler? Elbows now from Royval. Kavanagh trying to build back up this feet. Huge ground and pound going in here though from Royval. He's got Kavanagh mounted. He's looking to switch over now to the arm triangle. See if he can get it. This one looks tight, to be honest. If he gets over to the side on this, it's going to be over. Might already be over. This is really tight. Kavanagh's still moving, still spinning. Looks like he's got out of it here. Or is he? No, he's straight back into it. Punching the body of Royval. Royval is off to the side now as well, which is not good. It looks like he could be close to maybe getting out of it though, Kavanagh. Still trying to shift his hips here. Back to mount for Royval. He's out of the choke. Nice. Royval looking to take the back now. Throwing in some ground and pound shots. Kavanagh needs to get back to his feet big time here in this round if he wants to get it back. But like, he might have bigger problems here with this rear naked choke, to be honest, because it's really close. If he can break this body triangle here, he might end up on top, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen here for him. Serena get chokes, about to go in from Brandon Royval. It is on the chin. Come on, Kavanagh, man. Keep fighting it, man. Come on. Ah, it's under the chin now, and it's locked in. Gotta break that grip, Kavanagh. Come on, man. Eye taps, alright. There we go. Unfortunate. Sort of out cold here, actually. Tough fight. You're alright there? Shit. Alright, man. Unfortunate for Loner Kavanagh, but what a win for Brandon Royval. You gotta love the underdog story that sort of Kavanagh's been on. So sort of wanted him to get out of that, but Brandon Royval's another one of my favorite fighters. Um, gets done. What a fight! What a, I mean, back and forth war. Both men hurt. Both men near enough dropped in there, but in the end, it was the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu game of Brandon Royval that gets it done for him. What a hook that was as well. When lands the chin, that might have been not over. But what a fight! What a fight! McGregor with the Mohawks, funny like. Shout out Lona Kavanagh, man. Bright future, 100%. Fortunately, didn't go his way tonight. Same with Brandon Royval, working his way back to the top now. Great comeback, great win, or great performance to get back into the win column. And what a fight. What a fight, simply put. Great performance by both fighters. I mean, Kavanagh um, still got a long time left, 100%. He hasn't even been in the UFC for that long. So he's lost, he's been knocked out, he's been submitted, he's come back. He'll come back again, 100%. Brandon Royval now looks to build back up into the win column and back towards that UFC flyweight title, which he's currently calling for. 5 round main event Saturday the 25th of July. Magomed Ankalaev returns after getting absolutely brutalized by Alex Pereira in the first minute of their fight to take on Khalil Roundtree, another man who got absolutely brutalized by Alex Pereira in the fourth round of their fight. So that's a great scrap there, to say the least. Me. Come on. What are we saying here on timing? Who's up next? Bautista and Sandhagen. All right. Hopefully we get into the co-main about round 4 or something. I want to hear this interview. All right, so there we go. Brandon Raval calls out Asmabayev. I feel like I said that wrong, to be honest, but you get the point. You get who he called out. Calls for a bonus. 100% fight of the night so far from what I've seen. And I wouldn't mind seeing that there. Wait, oh, the live odds are crazy on that, to be fair, man. Um, who's that? Fair enough. But yeah, great fight. We move on to what is arguably maybe the closest fight on the card in Bautista and Sandhagen. That's gonna be an interesting one. Alex Pereira in the crowd tonight. So he is. Obviously, didn't go to plan for him in the last big event we did, the White House. But he will return. He will be back. He looks sad, and he said the other day he wants to be back for November now. So now we're going to show people and not put their names on the screen. Honestly, maybe others still on. Oh well, there we go. You ever just recognize everyone you're seeing, but just absolutely have no clue what their names are? So you just honestly just keep it rolling. I think there's a suspected Zuffa announcement coming tonight, maybe. Honestly, they should just do it because whenever you bring, whenever you bring Ryan Garcia, Connor Ben, and Course Davidson on stage, and it's pretty much like they're in the background, like the ring guards. It's crazy work. Which what they did last night. Who will deliver? Oh, do not forget. Come on, next month, UFC 330 goes down. Before I continue on that point, you see here Conor McGregor entering backstage with the mohawk, but not necessarily the short down trim mohawk. It's more the style that you've seen back in the day. They had sort of that slicked back mohawk, and he returns tonight. Come on. So many people didn't believe, so many people said he would pull out. But it's looking like all it's looking like what do they say? All signs go ahead or something for the return of the Mac. Let's go. I'm hyped for that. People like pulled up this huge stereotype, by the way, that he's gonna pull out. Guy fought Chad Mendes and was supposed to fight Jose Aldo with pretty much no knees whatsoever. Fought the rest of the Max Holloway fight with no knee. Kept going. Won all those fights. Pulled out one time against Chandler because his toe was broke. And oh, he's never gonna fight. He's never gonna fight. No, he's not fighting. Shush, shush. Roy Sandhagen getting warmed up here. Obviously, he's had some insane highlight rail KOs when you look at the Frankie Edgar one and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm excited. Fought for the title as well against Marab not too long ago. Mario Bautista, famous and infamous at times. Great performances over recent times. Had a great fight against Umar. Had a great performance against Apache Mix. And a couple of other great performances in there. But you can't forget you can't forget that one night where he just went out and stalled Jose Aldo against the fence for 15 minutes, and a lot of people were not very happy with that one. But he is actually a really good fighter. So yeah, we're gonna see how this one goes down. Yeah. Mario Batista 17-3, Corey Sandhagen 18-6. Bantamweight fight 135 pounds. To hear just brilliant performances, highlight reels. I mean, yeah, that was the other thing, and that's why I said he had a great fight, although he lost it. Bautista actually dropped Umar in that fight with a knee, so that's great. Bro's got cauliflower ear to the max. So does Sandhagen, to be fair, bro. You can't even. The camera's sort of on the left side, and the right ear, or yeah, it's on the right side, and the left ear genuinely looks like it's just like fell over completely. Whale kicks, flying knees, elbows. Um, popped the knee of Figueiredo. Conor McGregor getting his hands wrapped down the suit. What a time this could be. Let's go. Mario Bautista walking away here. About to make his walk through the ring. You already know it's about to go down when you see Megan O'Leary standing on the octagon talking or standing in the walkway talking. That's how you know something's about to happen, bro. Like, that's how you know. Shout out Megan O'Leary, man. Absolute goat of the game, no doubt about it. And yeah, she's actually married to is Joseph Benavidez, isn't it? I think I've said it on here before. I've just shouted her out and all that there, but um he probably laid claim apart from the Grasso finish over Barber. That's the two where I've genuinely questioned if the fighter will be okay. Was that one and Benavidez against Figueiredo was like the first one I really remember being brutal because I will to prefer. I remember Kevin Lee and Gregor Gillespie was it too. That was insane. But I remember just the camera angle changing while Figgy had him in the choke, and you just slowly see the eyes roll to the back of his head, and you're like, flip, that's brutal. That is brutal. That's as brutal as it gets. And yeah, I think that was their second fight, wasn't it? All right, let's go. Mario Bautista, eighth most significant strikes in UFC bantamweight history at 174 or 173, and beat Pachi Mix via unanimous decision. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it than Pachi Mix that night. Absolute punch bag to the max, bro. Like I couldn't even describe what the game plan was there. It's like walked out, head and center line, bang, 1-2, bang, 1-2, bang, 1-2. 10 minutes later, bang, 1-2. Just kept going. Guy did not move his head in the slightest, man. Head movement was not in his vocabulary that night or his skill set. Here comes Corey Sandhagen. Always a great fighter. Fight we want to see him in the most is obviously against Sugar Sean O'Malley. But the title shot isn't waiting for him, in my opinion, so it might be a while before we see that. One of 29 active UFC American bantamweights. See, like, it is insane now. We'll just like obviously the UFC is American based, but like the amount of fighters they bring in with less difficulties in America and like American fighters they bring not like American fighters specifically, but if you're from that sort of region, if you're looking at like America, Mexico, like around there, Canada and stuff like that, I think it's a lot easier to get into the UFC just by being signed compared to being from Europe. That's just the honest truth. You look at the likes of Paddy McCrory, what he had to like. He's still not in the UFC, obviously, and I believe he's defending his title on the 12th of September for Cage Warriors. But if you look at what he had to go through in terms of being on tough, being on the contender series, getting semi-finals on tough, I think, and winning on the contender series just didn't, go to plan and getting the KO and stuff. Um, and he'll probably have to go back there again. But then you'll be watching and just be like, how is this guy in the UFC? Not Paddy McCrory. I mean, like other people you see, where you're like, how is he even there? And he's clearly just there to get chinned. But they're all right with bringing that fighter in, but not a fighter who's clearly very good. Just had a good performance, but didn't get the finish. Like, and the whole point of the contender series is for it to be 50-50 and like prove your point to come in and to earn into the UFC. Decision wins obviously not enough for that. And it's the same with the likes of Paul Hughes and stuff. Like Paul Hughes was getting absolutely shafted in terms of his ability to get into the UFC. They were like giving him all these weird offers. They knew he was injured. They were still trying to offer him stuff. Like just all this random stuff. Taylor Tape, 34 for Sandhagen, 33 for Bautista. Sandhagen 2 inch height advantage of 5'11", 1 inch reach advantage as well for Corey Sandhagen at 70 inches of reach. Here's Bruce Buffer. Got the nice green, gold, purple going tonight. Bruce always comes out in a suit and a half, man. You gotta respect it. Batista number 7, ranked 17 and 3, 5'9", 135 pounds. Let's go. Corey Sandhagen, number 4 ranked contender in the bantamweight division. He has a record of 18 and 6, 5'11", 135.5 pounds. He is the favorite, slight favorite here, and he's 10 and 1 as favorite in the UFC as well. So, oh, go. Yeah, McGregor made his debut in the Mohawk. It's crazy. I can't understand. Right, I know we're doing UFC, and I do actually have to check the score in the Argentina game because obviously the World Cup's on. Um, Jude Bellingham's apparently been absolutely violated, man. Round 1 underway. Not to get into like specifics on who I want to win or anything, but Jude Bellingham ran the whole game and scored the only 2 goals that England got. And apparently the manager's not happy. Huge left hook for Sandhagen straight away here. That one's stunned. Bautista's throwing uppercuts now. Bautista's circling though. Head kick. Corey Sandhagen. Bautista putting on the pressure. Now, it's sort of a problem. These two aren't necessarily the most heavy-handed, but I do think that Sandhagen cracks a little bit harder than Bautista, who shoots in the takedown here. Going for the trip here. Gets it slightly. Sandhagen gets back up. Really nice left hook at the start. Sandhagen looked like he's going for the trip there. Needed the body for Sandhagen. There's so many fighters with like insane back tattoos. Like even on this card already, if you look at Stevenson, which by the way I don't know what that is. Um, I can't actually tell what Corey Sandhagen has on his back. I know that Krylov had a huge back tattoo too. Let's break the clinch. Nice elbow there from Corey Sandhagen. I feel like that's very like underutilized whenever people come out of the clinch is the elbow. Nice leg kick from Bautista. Hey, nice fight here, man. Both fighters in the flow. Nice shot again. Nice 1-2 though from Bautista, and another one now. He's swinging. Didn't have the same pop though, and he's backing up now. Did Sandhagen got him with at the start of the fight? Nice uppercut to the body there from Sandhagen. Great shot. Sandhagen putting that footwork to use tonight. Nice inside low kick. Nice straight left though from Sandhagen. Switching stances a lot too. Ooh, goes for that head kick off the stance switch. Blocked by Bautista though. Nice straight left again from Corey Sandhagen. That left hand's been on and clean for him. Always get flashbacks in that corner cam. Shanley, I remember like 2 years ago. One of the first times it was like, it was boxing and they were like, yeah, we've got Bill Haney in the corner here. Like mid Davin Haney fight, by the way, against Ryan Garcia. I don't know why they do that. I think it's stupid. He's trying to coach. Like, yeah, Bill, how do you think Davin's getting on? What does he need to do here to change the rhythm of this fight? Bill's like, yeah, Davin's doing all right so far. Bang, left hook, down he goes. Like, shit, man. Leave him alone in that corner. Couple of good shots going back and forth here from both fighters. I'd say this is probably still a Sandhagen round, but not a lot has happened apart from that one Bautista combination and that one shot at the start. Huge left hook again for Sandhagen there. Bautista's still trying to wrestle here, trying to get the level change in. Nice underhook and body lock now into the clinch. Nice knee to the head as well from Sandhagen. Nice elbows. Hooks now. Double leg from Bautista. Gets it there. 30 seconds left in the round. Can he do any cuts, damage, elbows? Tries to take the back of Sandhagen. He's going to stand up here. Not for long, though. Going to get his leg stretched out here. It's going to be interesting. A knee. A knee bar attempt here from Bautista. Doesn't look like he's going to get it here. Sandhagen's just sitting there. But me. That's the end of round one. I don't know who that is. A close round. Sandhagen's limping. Who do you give that to, man? Up round the score in round one. Round two underway. Obviously, like I just seen that there was a change in the advert there for one of the companies that had Dustin Poirier in there. Um, Obviously, like I said before, there's certain stuff that he said in that video that I actually like. Generally, my opinion on is irrelevant on, and whether he should be saying that certain word or not, you know, that's not for me to decide. But you gotta think he got drunk. It didn't go his way, and it's unfortunate. But that happens to people, man. And I don't know if you're gonna have him as your sponsor, and especially the advert that I just seen that he was removed from, a big part of that advert. If you're gonna support him like that there when he's on top and retiring, and oh, this is great, Dustin Poirier, then you leave him like that. Very questionable. I understand, but and on that topic, I know we're in the middle of this fight here. It's not really like anyone's landing many like big shots or anything. I'll interrupt myself if there is. Just they're going back and forth at the moment, but nothing big. Um, on that topic, while we're here, I suppose Dustin Poirier, man, I've seen now he's supposedly 17 days sober, which I think is from the day of the unfortunate event at the airport. And he's been speaking, he's been open. Best of luck, man, in staying sober and getting off. If you're, you know what I mean, looking to completely get off alcohol, best of luck in your pursuit of that, man, because it's tough, especially for a fighter. I mean, you really gotta think about it when it comes to this sport. While these two tap each other here, when it comes to this sport and boxing and stuff like that, these people could be troubled kids in their childhood who find a way out using the sport of MMA, find a vessel to put maybe anger into or other things that were going wrong. And you could look at a fighter like Dustin Poirier and they did it and they stuck with it and they kept going, and it brought them the highest of the highs and the lowest of lows too, which is the reality of the sport. But every day would have woke up thinking, I gotta train today, I gotta do this, that, and that, and I will be the UFC champion. And when you retire, it's not there. Why do you need to train? You're not going for the belt. What's the motivation? And it sounds sad. Takedown attempt here from Bautista, but it's the truth. Um, it's tough for fighters. It's tough for fighters, and that's what happens to a lot of them. You've seen it with Tyson Fury. You see it now with Dustin Poirier just a bit. But I think at the same time, something to look at is that they were fighters and they were fighters on the highest level. And that sort of gives the hope that they will be able to fight their way out of whatever troubles they face throughout the rest of their life. And I wish Dustin Poirier the best of luck in his pursuit of that. I believe that's just straight up eye poke from Sandhagen. I believe that's a huge part of the main event as well. It's something you gotta look at and you gotta go, regardless of what you think of the, I mean, the flipping the elephant in the room with McGregor, and you whether you think he's a good person or a bad person. Someone getting back into training, getting off drink, getting off substances is good for that person. Again, I couldn't tell you who's won this round because it's been quite flipping dull. Like it's a good fight. They're going back and forth. Bautista's caught above the eye. Does he get the takedown? No. Good defense from Sandhagen. They're like, where did the days go of like Corey Sandhagen just throwing a flying knee or a spinning wheel kick for the love of the game? Like, nice shot there down the round from Corey Sandhagen. Genuinely though, like I'm not even trying to be salty, but like I don't know if he's had a Justin Gaethje arc where he turned around to Trevor Whitman and was like, "See that entertaining stuff? I actually just want to win that belt. Can you help me out with that?" And he's like, threw all that out the window or what? But can you start throwing those kids, mate, please? All right, let's go. Round three, about to get underway. Then we move on to the co-main event of Paddy Pimblett taking on Justin Gaethje. We see, or not Justin Gaethje, taking on Benoit Saint-Denis, and we see Max Holloway getting his hands wrapped here as I reset the timer for the third. and final round in this bantamweight fight. It's been a great back and forth so far, and I generally couldn't tell you who's winning because it's been that close. Roy Sandhagen has boxing gloves tattooed on his leg. Oh, huge hook from Bautista. Down goes Sandhagen. Ground and pound going in now. Corey's in trouble here. Back of the headshots. Herb Dean's a referee. Oh no. Corey, watch out. You might be sacrificed, bro. Herb Dean's a referee. Oh shit. Protect your head at all times, bro. Especially the back of it. It's hilarious, bro. Corey Sandhagen gets knocked out. He's like, yeah, he hit me in the back of the head. Herb Dean. Herb Dean's on the verge of losing his job, man. Not really, like, but to online, to Twitter and stuff. Stop. The same left hook that Corey caught Bautista with at the start of the fight caught Corey. Crazy work. Been an elbow from Sandhagen misses because Bautista's trying to get a double leg. Like, I love. Don't you just love it when you absolutely drop someone and nearly put them out cold with a hook, and then you start shooting double leg takedowns? Yeah, that's just a clean elbow across the back of his head. I'm not gonna lie. Protect myself at all times. Sandhagen got to start throwing back here, try and get his lick back. Like I said, I suppose you can't really throw spin and stuff against Bautista. He's just gonna duck and shoot a takedown. Sandhagen walking forward now though. Down 31-3 on significant strikes in this round. Trips here from Bautista. Don't forget, man. Hands behind your back, opposition here. Like, what is that? Not even joking. Ah, bro. Why has he turned into flipping Marab Batista? Like, nearly knocked him out cold, by the way, and then started doing shit like this. And like, you could come, like, I'm sure if Joe Rogan seen this, no disrespect to Joe Rogan, but like Joe Rogan would say this to be like, oh, I can't believe you're complaining there's wrestling going on. That's not what I'm on. I'm on about the fact that Bautista dropped him and chased the finish and then didn't chase the finish again. Just, oh, let me take him down. Let me just hold his leg here for 2.5 minutes so he fully recovers. A load of shit, man. Keep fighting. Stand and bang. Like an $100,000 KO bonus flipping isn't enough apparently for some people. Like, Corey Sandhagen to break the clinch and land a flying knee to the dome would be a great call. Corey Sandhagen with a takedown. How about that? We can all be Marab. Come on. Sandhagen looking dejected, but that is not the cloth from which he is cut. I mean, bang. Elbow from Sandhagen. 10 seconds left here. Just a Johnny's throwaway kick, man. Bautista. Throw a punch, man. Holy shit. Trying to get a slam. Cool one, bro. Well done. But me. Nearly KO'd him, like, and then see him for Corey in the first round. Nearly KO'd him and then flipping just wrestled the whole round, like. Shambles. Anyways, we're going to decision on this one. Generally, Corey's probably thinking, oh shit, I'm hurt. I gotta protect myself here. Never mind, he's on his 15th double leg after I've been hurt. Gotta lock in, man. I don't know why people do that. Did anyone see the sparring footage before we get to this decision? Rolly Romero, WBA welterweight boxing champion of the world, was in sparring and they got in the clinch and his opponent fully just jumped up and shouldered him to the nose. And then Rolly just hit one of the cleanest Ronda Rousey like hip tosses you'll ever see. I'm not even joking. You should see that, man. Let's hear this decision. All right. Uh, yeah, yeah, whatever. Good performance from Mario Bautista. Great fight, great victory. Obviously I was a bit annoyed if you couldn't tell about the fact that he nearly knocked Corey Sandhagen out and then decided to go wrestle the whole rest of the round. But it is what it is. He gets the victory, 29-28 unanimous decision. Gets it done. Of course, Stevenson in the crowd tonight. That is not Jalen Williams. I can tell you that for a fact. Um, so maybe it's a good thing that these guys genuinely just never put names on the cam crowd again or the crowd cam because how can you not change that stuff? But anyways, Bautista calls the tail shot next. I don't think he deserves it, but there's Mike Tyson in the crowd too. He is behind Umar, who he lost to. He is behind Sean O'Malley. So that's tough to call that. But we'll see what's next for him. It's very stacked and difficult at the top of that division. And any sort of fallout at any sort of moment could lead to him getting the title shot. He just beat the number 4 ranked Joanna and Mackenzie Dern. But You got to think it's going to be a tough path for him. I would say that Umar gets it before he does. I'd say that Sean O'Malley would get it before he does. I'd say that Marab would get the rematch before he does. So it's going to be tough. Probably a long time before he gets that title shot. But yeah, let's go. I will be back in a minute. The co-main event is coming up, so let's go. Alright, I'm back. Paddy Pimblett made his way to the octagon there with a walkout per usual. Benoit Saint Denis about to make his way to the octagon too. It's gonna be a tough one. But I was rewatching, or sort of happened to rewatch Benoit Saint Denis against Dan Hooker, which I believe was his last fight. I seen that earlier on, and the amount of times that he was shot for a takedown, which I don't think is likely against Paddy, but the amount of times he did it and nearly got guillotined by Dan Hooker leads me to think that the only outcome here is Paddy Pimblett with a submission victory. So it's going to be my pick for this one. Let's go. And fix that volume a bit. Still going mental here. Obviously, the next walkout will be something else. But until that, we have Dancing Paddy the Body here on the octagon side. All right, now we're Paddy's still dancing. Knowing Benoit, he's probably gonna walk out to the most like haunting stuff you've ever heard. Like, but there's Mike Tyson in the crowd. Theo Vaughn there too. Paddy's still dancing. Mark Goddard looks like he's gonna be the referee for this one. Orange shorts for Paddy Pimblett. Obviously, last time out he lost to Justin Gaethje in one of the fights of the year, in the first main event of the year. Actually, he now comes back, tries to make his way towards that title, and obviously we see now where Justin Gaethje's ended up in the upset that he caused against Elliot Taporia, and that age or that loss is like wine. So let's see, smoke going down the octagon here, just in case Paddy was. You know what I mean? In case he wasn't struggling enough with all that dancing he was doing, just gas him out too. Like, why not? Let's go. Come on, Benoit. We're waiting. Rumors of Benoit having a staph infection going about again. Not just a rumor, by the way. I actually think he does have one. We all know how that ended in the Dustin Poirier fight. He went for war and unfortunately got knocked out in it. So that game plan could be interesting again if he has a staph. We'll see. Benoit Saint Denis, number 5 ranked fight out of France. One of 10 active French fighters. Fair enough. Get the dancing or something here, bro. I'm calling Paddy sub. Early rounds. Round 2, probably. But we'll see. You also got to look at that Renato Moicano fight in terms of how Benoit Saint Denis can pretty much fold once you get into the ground, or not like fold necessarily, but how badly you can dominate and cut him open with elbows and stuff. And we've seen Paddy Pimblett against Michael Chandler and how that fared out with the elbows from the top position, the knee when he was going for the takedowns and stuff like that there. But Benoit Saint Denis, the tied longest active UFC finish streak at 4, highest significant strike accuracy in UFC lightweight history at 61.5, and finished all 17 of his wins. He has 6 knockouts and 11 submissions. You got to think that the submission game is not where he's going to be going tonight, but we will see. I mean, the thing with the submissions is as well, like, he had Dan Hooker in an arm triangle for like 2 minutes and he couldn't get him out of there with it. Joe Rogan's keys to victory is pace and pressure and dominate grappling exchanges, which, I'll be honest, Joe, I don't see that one happening, but whatever. The two great fight minds go against each other here. Me and Joe Rogan. Go. Crazy to think that at this fight we will see the return of Conor McGregor, man. Been 5 years in the making. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened in the meantime. And, you look at the UFC. I mean, Alex Pereira has had his whole career, his debut to the middleweight title, to the light heavyweight title, to the defenses, to the White House fight against Cyril Gane up at heavyweight. He's had his whole UFC career, all while Conor McGregor's been gone for those 5 years. Wasn't in the UFC when McGregor last fought. And that just shows you how the sport's moved on. Then we already know how stuff's been outside of the octagon. McGregor hasn't necessarily been training for 5 years, to say the least. So, we're going to find out. We are going to find out. It's going to be fun. Got the mohawk. He's got the Celtic shorts. But Max Holloway is certainly a fighter that's tough on your comeback. That's for sure. All right, to the tape for this one. Benoit Saint-Denis 30. Paddy Pimblett 31. Benoit Saint-Denis with the 1 inch height advantage at 5'11". Equal reach at 73 inches each here. And both weighed in 156 pounds as well. As we all know, Paddy actually goes up to about 200 outside of camp, so I'm sure that was a fun time for him cutting all that weight. But let's go. While we get the introductions underway here, that moment at the media day was hilarious. Paddy sitting there, reporter. Like, the funny thing is, the American reporters have no clue about it, but you'll see it with Maple Molly McCann, and you'll see it with Paddy, and a lot of Scousers, to be honest, that they don't actually necessarily call themselves English or support England in a lot of things. And the American reporter, being clueless, turned around in the media day and was like, "What are you more nervous for, your fight or the England game?" And Paddy was not happy with that at all. Sort of took the piss out of him and then said it was a stupid question, which, fair enough. Paddy Pimblett, number 6 ranked lightweight, 23-4, 5'10". Aren't he not 5'11" then? Or no, I was wrong there. That's Benoit Saint-Denis' height. But here we go. Orange shorts, the braids are back. Let's go. Arena's fairly filled up now as well. I think it might actually be full. Benoit Saint-Denis, number 5 ranked lightweight on the planet, 17-3-1, no contest. 5'11", 156 pounds. Fighting out of Paris, France. He is the favourite in this one, slight favourite. I'll be honest, I don't see it, but we're going to find out. Alright, let's go. Mark Goddard is our referee for this one. One of the more trusted. I believe he just won referee of the year. So, good for him. And as they try to not show us the fight, I will start the round timer. And there we go, round 1 underway. Let's go. Benoit walking forward like his legs are broke at the moment. Huge shots already going in. Nice right hand from Paddy though. Benoit shoots immediately. He's going to get guillotined in the first round. I'm telling you now. Paddy on the guillotine. Benoit is not going to beat Paddy in the grappling. I'm calling it. Darce choke for Paddy Pimblett. This could look interesting. It's definitely locked in, that's for certain. Looking to get the position here. With it though, he's fully on top though. This is tight. Darce choke for Paddy Pimblett. This could be over right now, which would be fun. This is going to be over. I'm calling it right now that Benoit's not getting out of this, and he's going to get Darce choked. He is tied up in all sorts of trouble, and he's about to tap. His body is bent every shape. There's no way he gets it out of this one. Benoit Saint-Denis is out cold. There we go. Paddy Pimblett with 30 seconds. How about that one? But me. Well, there we go. Made light work of that shit. All right. And there we have it. I mean, Paddy Pimblett, you can listen to the words I was saying, and it became true straight away. I mean, Benoit's shot on someone that's shooting a takedown on is flipping famously stupid to do. And Darce choked immediately, 30 seconds out cold. Yeah, pretty much. That's how that went. We see here in the replay. Benoit goes head kick into a double leg. Doesn't get the takedown. Paddy immediately goes guillotine. Benoit lets go of the takedown. Paddy sort of rolls him over a bit. They wrestle for a second on the ground. Then Paddy locks into Darce. And it was probably the tightest Darce I've ever witnessed in my life. Like, fully locked in. Zero chance of getting out. Paddy literally had his legs on top of him and everything. Look at the grip he has there. He's gone, yeah. Straight back to dancing for Paddy anyways. That was insane. I do not understand that, but whatever. I'll take it. I wanted Paddy to win, picked him to win, and he got it done. Fair enough. For zero clue why he would ever shoot that takedown, like, but gotta do, you gotta do. like, like the last person that did that against Paddy was Bobby Green, and he got submitted immediately as well with a triangle choke. Like, it's known to be stupid, like, and he did it. So probably his family. Yeah, dancing. Benoit's coach right on the right beside Paddy here as he dances. Oh well, he got hit once, yeah. Or I don't even know. I need to see replay on the striking exchange at the start, but I think Paddy landed one and Benoit landed one or something. Just don't understand. Like Benoit sent an email. But like, if you really think about it, was there a route to victory for him in that fight? Like Poirier knocked him out, so you got to suspect his chin. Paddy hasn't been KO'd like that, and Paddy's got good power. He's got decent kicks. Paddy has really good submissions, really good ground and pound game. And Benoit's attributes were all in the wrestling by the looks of it. Like, there was no route to victory for him there. He didn't have the jiu-jitsu or the takedown awareness to get that on Paddy in the slightest without getting choked. Um, I don't really know what else to say, to be honest. And yeah, we're gonna go to the post-fight interview here. Benoit just looks sad, but anyways, let's hear Paddy. Well, me, not you, but I'll be back in a minute. All right, well, there we have it. Moral of the story, long story short, anyone can get it for Paddy the Baddy. What a submission. I mean, like, it was inevitable in my opinion. I literally mentioned it, but I didn't think it would be done that quick. Gets it done again. And you got to think now, there's only the names like Charles Oliveira, Arman Sarukian, Justin Gaethje rematch, the champion. Depending on what happens in the main event, those are the sort of names left now in front of Paddy the Baddy, who's going to be the number 5 ranked lightweight in the planet. What a performance! I mean, you knew as soon as he shot that takedown like that, his neck was getting snatched. Like there was no other way about it. Unfortunately for Benoit, but there you go. That's that finish streak ended too. Ooh, oh, here we go. Up next, the return of Conor McGregor. It's been 5 years. It's been a long time. Last time out, the leg snapped, and the whole world seemed to crumble around him, along with his career. But when we all thought it was done, including maybe even his own coaches, they got a phone call last December. As we see him on the screen now with that mohawk and those Celtic shorts, Coach John Kavanagh received a call that said, "Is there any space in the gym?" And after a couple of days, he thought Conor would have been out of there. Conor McGregor moved back into the gym in SBG in Ireland and has stayed in there since, until about 2 months ago, where they started adjusting to American time. He now returns against the man who was, I mean, the acclaimed baddest man in the UFC. Try not to swear on here. And brutal KO win over the current lightweight champion, Justin Gaethje. Former featherweight champion, beat Jose Aldo, beat so many people. The Calvin Kattar performance probably never be forgotten. Now he returns, the blessed one, Max Holloway, against the notorious one, Conor McGregor. Been a long time coming, tell you that. We're back. We are back. I want to hear the pro. I just promoted it to you, so now I want to see the trailer. So this is a. It's out of my face, man. That's not even a trailer. I mean, all things considered, as if this one needs any more promoting, but I'm going to give it to you. All things considered, this could be the greatest comeback in the history of the UFC if Conor McGregor wins tonight. You look at the stuff he's done outside of the octagon with the party and the drinking. Then you look at the stuff that happened in his last fight, the broken leg, the absolute devastation of that. The comeback of that alone would be insane. Add the additional stuff from the outside of the octagon, add the time off, and I think there's only ever been one person that people could look at here and think they are capable of this level of comeback. And I think, per usual, is Conor McGregor. It always has been the one who upset the odds every time. You look at the Aldo fight, the Alvarez fight, the one everyone thought could beat Khabib, could beat Mayweather, and now he returns. Let me see this trailer. Alright, so there's the trailer done. What a trailer that is, to be fair. Hype is building. I haven't really been feeling it, in the build up to even the card tonight. And now I'm feeling it. Max Holloway is about to make his walk to the octagon. And shortly after, he will be followed by Conor McGregor, who aims to complete one of the most spectacular comebacks in sport and history, especially in the UFC. But can he do it? Or is the best still blessed? I predicted Max Holloway. Hey, but it was a tough one. It was a tough one. It was a tough choice. The Conor McGregor pick is realistic, I would say. But here comes Max Holloway coming out with a Hawaii flag. Maybe walking out the Hawaiian Superman. Underrated addict of mine. But as much as everyone loves the Max Holloway fight, I think it's safe to say that this next walkout is the one that we have all been waiting for. And the one that's been awaited for so long. We thought we'd never see the day, but we're finally back here as he greets his family at ringside. Max Holloway enters the ring at 170 pounds for the first time in his career. It's going to be interesting. You look at the way Conor fought Nate Diaz the first time he went up to 170, and he didn't know how to carry the weight. He couldn't do the same output. The cardio dropped way quicker, but the second fight was improved, and he got second wind and stuff like that. There's a lot of things maybe that could go good for Max Holloway up at this weight. There's a lot of things that could go bad for Max Holloway up at this weight. One of the things that could be good is that his chin could get better, and that would help him a lot. Someone just put 900 grand on Max Holloway to beat McGregor, which pays out over $1 million. That's crazy. Fair enough. I mean, if you can afford to lose 900,000, I think you're probably all right with doing it. You know what I mean? But Max Holloway is the former UFC featherweight and BMF champion. He landed the most significant strikes in UFC history at 3,681, and he's tied third for the most knockouts in UFC history at 11. It's going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. Ooh. The floor shorts are here. The wings are still in the back. No shocker there. They're tattoos, but let's go Max Holloway. Enters the cage, does a side jump off the cage wall. But now I'm going to go on mute because one of the best walkouts in the history of the world is about to drop. So I'll be back in a minute. It'll be alright. Choked him in 30 seconds. Alright, we're back. McGregor here. All right, here he is on the side of the octagon. Conor McGregor's back, and the smoke, the fog is going everywhere. What a walkout, mohawk and all. There's the strut. Let's go. Let's go. Probably the last time we see this, like, but hopefully not. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Huge. I'm muting until this fight starts. All right, here we go. But me. Here we go. How does he start off? Spinning back kick to the body, straight left. We're about to find out. Conor McGregor is back. Unbelievable. Let's go. Round one underway. Jumping switch kick to come out. Falls down. Another head kick and falls. Max throwing in some ground and pound here. I'll say Max Lamb's not. There we go. McGregor back to his feet. Holloway going with the leg kick straight away. Conor slips again. Max throwing in ground and pound now. Keeps slipping. What is this about? His leg gone. Yep, his leg's gone. His leg.
Oh,
Why'd he call it off? Pass. Well, my guess now is that that is probably going to be it. And the end of the career of Conor McGregor, who cannot stand on his leg. Jeepers. No. Well, that couldn't have gone much worse, let's be honest. That was the worst outcome possible. Celebrating that shit like it's a win, bro. Seriously, like. McGregor starts the fight with a jumping switch kick to the head. Runs up into it. Switch kick. Lands. Blows his knee out immediately. Ah. Stopping that immediately is such a weird film decision, like. The fact that shit goes down as a win is crazy. Like McGregor straight out as well, is he? Oh my. Yeah, someone just won 1.2 million from that. Good night for him, anyways. I don't even know what to say here, man. Look, realistically, there's two outcomes here. Is either one is that's the end of the career, it's over. The other outcome is that isn't to as bad as an extent as hopefully it could end up being, and they rematch at the end of the year again. But It was the easiest fight of his life, like. Oh my god. Did he do it coming in? Oh, he did. Oh my. McGregor slipped on the carpet outside the octagon and his flipping knee went in. What a load of shit, like. What a load of shit. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. All right. That's gonna do it over here on SCS Combat for tonight. Probably the most anticlimactic ending possible that we've ever had on the live stream. At least we got to see the walkout, I suppose. There was multiple times, I can't actually tell now. So there's sort of he either had a pre-existing injury coming into the fight and thought, well, may as well just go for that shit in the first second of the fight. If my leg breaks, my leg breaks. Either, and then there was another angle where when he was getting into the octagon, he sort of slipped backwards on the mat and then took his shoe off and was limping on it a bit and jumping on it. Then there was the third angle, which is when he comes out and he throws a jump and switch kick. You know, he lands sort of awkwardly on his knee. Um, I know that it gets tougher now. That's for sure, and I'll talk more about this in my recap. But um, look, there's no doubting the mental strength of Conor McGregor and the mindset that he already had to have possessed to make that comeback. But it's going to be even more difficult to have all that money, to have all that weight, like to have everything, and have to do this again to come back and maybe break your leg again. I don't know. His knee in the right leg went. This is a shitter. I'm gonna do my prediction. No, not my prediction. Oh well, Max Holloway won, and I got my prediction right. Like, just I generally I'd rather got my prediction wrong in the worst way possible compared to that shit. But that's gonna do it. Have a good day. Make sure to come back for the recap. The worst ending possible. The worst ending in the history of a main event. And yeah, at least he got to fight Poirier. Didn't get to fight Max Holloway, but yeah, that'll do. Yeah, cheers for coming in. Appreciate it.